Soldiers marched during a military parade celebrating the 105th birthday of North Korea's founder, Kim Il-sung, in Pyongyang in April. Wong MayeEAssociated Press WASHINGTON. The Trump administration announced new sanctions against China and Russia on Tuesday as part of its campaign to pressure North Korea to stop its development of nuclear weapons and missiles. The new sanctions affect 6 individuals and 10 organizations with financial ties to Pyongyang's weapons program. Tension between the United States and North Korea has escalated over North Korea's recent missile tests. It is unacceptable for individuals and companies in China, Russia, and elsewhere to enable North Korea to generate income used to develop weapons of mass destruction and destabilize the region, Steven Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, said in a statement on Tuesday. In June, the Trump administration imposed sanctions on a Chinese bank, a Chinese company and 2 Chinese citizens to crack down on the financing of North Korea's weapons program. I think it's a significant action by the Trump administration, Anthony Ruggiero, a senior fellow with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, a non-profit group in Washington, said of the new round of sanctions. Tuesday's actions appeared to be part of a larger campaign to pressure individuals, businesses and countries with financial ties to North Korea, said Mr. Ruggiero, a former official in the Office of Terrorist Financing and Financial Crimes at the Treasury. It looks like the beginnings of a broad pressure campaign, Mr. Ruggiero said. Among the Chinese companies sanctioned on Tuesday is Mingyang International Trading Limited, considered by the Treasury Department to be a front company for North Korea's state-run Foreign Trade Bank, which has been subject to American sanctions since 2013. In June, United States prosecutors accused Mingyang of laundering money for North Korea and announced that the Justice Department would seek $1.9 million in civil penalties. Earlier this month, the United Nations Security Council passed its toughest sanctions against North Korea. And the next day, Secretary of State Rex W. Tillerson met with his counterparts in South Korea and China in an effort to increase pressure against Pyongyang. The United Nations sanctions were already starting to have an impact, curtailing trade in China and infuriating Chinese seafood importers, who had to return goods to North Korea earlier this month. The United States sanctions address how other nations tolerate North Korea's behavior, particularly China, said Elizabeth Rosenberg, a senior fellow at the Center for New American Security in Washington. These sanctions expand the U.S. blacklist for companies tied to North Korea's economic activity and are designed to curb the hard currency available to Pyongyang, Ms. Rosenberg said in an email. I think we should expect more sanctions of this nature, including more designations to highlight the role of China to enable North Korea's illicit aims.